Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to take a look at the Sherman I Composito as part of the Premium series. Obviously the vehicle's former name, I believe, was the M4 Hybrid, if memory's off the top of my head. And well, they changed it to Sherman I Composito. I preferred Hybrid as the name. It sounds a bit more interesting, you know, like with the composite hull and obviously the M4A1 turret, but I suppose it's more accurate and correct to be referring to it as the Composito Sherman 1, because it's obviously an early model Sherman with the sloped composite or composite armor. Not composite as in this thing's going to be tanking Abrams rounds anytime soon, but you get the point. So as per usual, in the description below there's going to be usual links. There'll be the TikTok, Discord, and Patreon page should you wish to support the channel any further. And of course, special shout out to my Patreon members, Boss Nass and Ramage, for supporting the channel via Patreon. So the Sherman I Composito is a really solid tank. It has a lot of things going for it, and obviously it is a rank 3 as opposed to a rank 2, which does give it some advantages over some of the other vehicles that, you know, can be bought around this sort of battle rating. Obviously, next up in the series will be the Panzer IV-G, which obviously that trades a few things from the Sherman and adds to it with the ability of a Panzer IV, but obviously that requires a little bit more different playstyle in a way, but obviously the Sherman I Composito and the Panzer IV-G, if memory serves, are still the same price. And they're both really solid vehicles. I think the Panzer IV might be a little bit more expensive, though. But obviously, with the Sherman, you can pretty much just make an all-American lineup close enough in terms of tanks. And then you can just use Hungarian and, you know, other vehicles. So you don't actually use Italian vehicles. Which I think is funny, but at the same time, you know, I'd love to see more domestically produced Italian vehicles added to the game. But, well, guys, you ain't doing that anytime soon, that's for sure. Obviously, in terms of armor, it is a 63.5mm hull and everything like that, so it is different in some degree from a regular standard Sherman. Obviously, the hull on the lower part where the transmission is also changes a little bit in terms of armor protection. This isn't 107 like it normally would be, but obviously it does mean if people try and shoot the curves with like an anti-aircraft vehicle, they may not penetrate because obviously it does loop and it does have some degree of armor here, not 38 like a normal Sherman. Obviously, being a Sherman, we still have the weak spot here, so that is something to bear in mind. But we also do get very good roof-mounted protection on the driver's area, which is really nice to have. The turret, not so much, but it can at least stop most APHE, well, I say APHE, 20mm cannon and 50 cal fire. Obviously, the engine deck's a little bit more vulnerable, but to be honest, it's not a big deal. But other than that, not much really changes. Obviously, you still get the standard 75mm Mike, as Harry calls it. And this is a really good gun, as we already know. And, you know, it's a solid gun all round. It does everything well. It just doesn't accelerate. Well, it doesn't excel in anything in particular. Same with the armor. It's alright, but it doesn't excel in anything. The mobility is alright, but doesn't excel in anything. Obviously, with the Panzer IV, that trades armor for the gun, and you know, like the Panzer IV is good, but I think for a newer player, the Sherman's just better because it's more versatile, and obviously it does get access to a more overall versatile package compared to a Panzer IV. But obviously, that is subject to your own opinion. Obviously, nowadays we do have other things, but obviously, you know, like this obviously comes around once in a while, but I wouldn't recommend this for a new player. Obviously, these are event vehicles, so don't worry about those. But honestly, between the Sherman and the Panzer IV, it's pretty close. Anywho, I'm going to get us into a match, and I'll see you shortly. And welcome to the match. We're on Fire Arc today, and we appear to be in a 4-7 game, which will be pretty tough for us, but kind of hoping, if that Panzer IV doesn't light me up, that is, which it's trying to, kind of hoping that things go a bit better than some of the matches I've had with, well, as of late, but, well, that means I have to be lucky, and, well, I don't rely too much on luck where I can. I see what looks like a Stug. Yeah, it is a Stug. Okay, that's going to be a hard shot to get on this sort of angle. He doesn't seem to see us. I don't see him anymore, so I'm just going to back up. I hope he doesn't shoot me in the arse, because that would be a bad thing. So yeah, there's quite a few enemy tanks up on that ridge, and there's one moving up now, which is that Panzer IV that took a pot shot at me. There's also another one not far behind it, so I need to be careful here. I could try, actually, because that is a T-34 that's pushing up. Hold on. Non-pen, of course it didn't. Nice, he's down. Probably might eat the shot for me, you never know. Wait for it. Unfortunate. He missed his shot as well. Yeah, just turn your armor so it's even weaker. Makes my job a lot easier. That's the M10 I can hear. No wonder it revs like a bitch. Hang on. What is that? Oh, I know what vehicle that is. Load HE. That's a Yag 10. I don't quite have a visual on him again. We might be dead to this truck. Yeah, we need to back up. Smoke up. Okay, I can't reverse in time. That's a KV-1. Okay, that's fine. KV-1 can't really pen us frontally. Yag 10, however, easily will. As long as I can get behind cover and then I can engage the KV-1, we should be fine. Just reverse, just reverse. So if that Yag 10 fires on us, we're done for. Shit. KV-1 just took out my teammate. T-34's down. Ah! I hit the oblique armor. Damn it. But I can't pull out now because that Yag 10 will mess me up. I could smoke up and maybe force a shot out of him. Okay, that wasn't far off, but we didn't get anything good. I'm gonna drop Artie on his head, hope for the best. Alright, so this is getting a bit tight now, I will say. I'm not in a favourable position. Plane's engaging, but I need him to engage the freaking Yang. Oh, shit! Oh, that was lucky. He got the shot off, but we just about survived that. Right, we're definitely in a bad position now. We've just lost 3 of our crew. We've lost our gearbox, which, unlike normal, where Gaijin gives them benefit of the doubt. Oh, you are joking me. I didn't hit his ammo. I'm dead. Okay, I'll take it. KV-1 might be pushing. Yeah, he is. Oh, come on, Gaijin, with your hitboxes, man. I need to kill this KV quickly. I got an assist on that Yag with my coax, so that's at least something. Oh, no, my tank is crippled, though. Ah, he bloody turned his turret at the last second. God damn it. He should be able to frontally pen us, but this is not easy. Nice. Commander gun a loader. He's just been hit by someone else, I think. So that's good. Left side of the turret. See if we can shrapnel down. Turret drive. We did get the breach as well. He's dead. Nice. Alright. Panzer IV's coming back. I can see him. Alright, let's range find him. I don't normally use a rangefinder because I normally tend to know it off by heart, but 750. That's a bit higher than I was expecting. I don't think it's 750. Alright, let's back up a little bit, just so we have a little bit of cover. We'll wait for the Panzer IV to come out. What the hell are you shooting at? Don't give away my cover, man! Honestly, teammates. Alright. Let's smoke up so that way we have some cover from the Panzer, and we will head towards... well, we'll head towards their capture point. We could head back to mine, but it's kind of a risk if I do that. Oh shit, NATO. Okay, that's bad. Move, 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 move! Will I out-reload him? Probably not, but let's go for it. Nah, I didn't think that would work. I shot too low again. Unfortunate, but we'll take it. At least he's not going anywhere for a little bit. Alright, let's get back in the Tipo, or Composito. Doesn't really matter what you call it, to be honest. Quite unfortunate there, but at least we managed to get an assist on that KV. That KV was a problem child. But no, that just proves like how this tank is really good on like most maps, but on maps like this, where it's longer distance, it can struggle. I'm just going to mute that guy because you're an AA, you should be doing your job. But well, apparently not. But no, that went okay. I've definitely done better in this tank. You know, like, I'm sure we all have, but, you know, and that NATO's still up as well. If I'd have shot a little bit higher, that probably took us both out, but I've rushed a shot, to be fair. There's the NATO, I've just seen it. Okay, that's fine. It looked like a NATO anyway. Alright, so let's head towards Alpha, I think, is probably the best thing we want to do. We'll use the cover where possible. We got an assist on that guy. Nice. That's good. That's good. But no, generally I think we've actually done okay. Like, we've not done the best, but like we've done enough to the point where, you know, it's a reasonable match. You know, 3 kills, 3 assists, I will definitely take that. Teammates firing on something, I don't know what. But no, I'm just going to head to A, try and put some pressure on him. That's probably the best thing I can do. Okay, Weatherwind just took out my teammate on that side. Not like that M42 was doing much there anyway, because he's just been sat there for most of the game. Teammate on A just died, annoyingly. We're getting arty fire on us. I might have been scouted, but I don't think I have been. I've not seen a light tank. I know there's an M10 near A now, so that's something I need to keep an eye out for. I can hear a plane. There, Key 61. Come on, shut up. I've got to look out for that M10 now. If I had to hazard a guess, I think I know where he'll be. Oh, I know where he is. He's in my spot. He's in my tank destroyer AA spot. But now I need to find that M10. That's the main problem. Okay, I think I know where he is. He's behind the bridge. I could move up, but it's a big risk. I could also... There. Hold on. He's behind cover. Nice, he's down. Can I curve a shot? I can. Let me try HE round. A little bit too low. I can't quite get it. Let me... see if I can 50 cal him. Maybe I can ammo rack his 50 cal mount or something, I don't know. I'm shooting a bit too low. I've almost got his ammo. No, he's dipped behind the ridge now. I can't get a shot. Someone just hit me from the front. There, Panzer 38. You're not penning that or this tank in that, mate. What's that? I didn't see what that was. Whoa, what the hell? T80. Well, close enough. T70. Again, that was a side shot. How does that take out the gearbox? Gaijin, fix your shit, man. There's something... Oh, wait, no, that's dead. That's fine. There's a tank behind us. Hold on. Just see it on the minimap. There, I see it. Nice, he's down. Right, well, whilst our gearbox is almost repaired, we can get on the move and head towards Alpha. There, Sherman, hold on. Okay, not a great shot, but that's fine. Let's move up. He's dead. Nice. We've definitely made up for our first spawn, I'll tell you that much. Alright, let's get on the cap, get the cap, and then we can win. Because we don't have to go chasing them down all game, that's for sure. I'm going to take cover behind this wall here. Hoping my teammate doesn't nick my spot, and he is, but that's fine. I can take cover here, it's fine. Okay, he's dead. Play it. Hold on a minute. Go on, bugger off. Bloody biplanes. Well, I think the game's over anyway, because me and this guy are about to cap for the game. There's that AA map from earlier. I'm counting that, and even though it does count, good. That's game. First place in the team, 3 assists, 7 kills, 1 cap. Not a bad result. Definitely could have done better. I'm not going to dispute that, but, you know, it's not all about getting the highest kill games and uploading them to YouTube at the end of the day. Like, you don't need to be one of those types. You know, like, I appreciate high kill games, but I tried to show as much of the game as possible. You know, that wasn't a particularly high kill game for me in this tank, but still. Not a bad result in this little tank. Like I said, it's just a very well-rounded tank, you know, like, you have a lot of avenues that you can go with this vehicle. But obviously, as you saw, the gun can be very debatable on long-range maps, which does kind of let it down. But obviously, you're not always going to be perfect in every map. But I hope that gives you an idea of how good the Composito is. And obviously, next up, in the tank side of this series, we have the Panzer IV-G, which is a polar opposite. We don't have great armor, although we do have some spots which are like 80mm, but no one ever shoots that because this armor is 50. But we do get an amazing gun, which should hopefully give us a bit more advantage if we get a map like that again. And obviously we do get slightly similar mobility. Well, this is technically slightly better mobility, but at the same time it's also not, because the Sherman has 400 more horsepower. But obviously the Sherman weighs about 6 tons more, so, you know, there's arguments to be made which tank is better in terms of mobility. But, like I said, this tank is still very good, so I'm hoping to, hopefully, get some good games out of this thing. But anyway, I'm going to leave you to it for today. Really hope you enjoyed seeing the M4 Sherman I Composito, and I'll see you next time.